A tough-talking National Security Minister says it's time for law enforcement to step up their game. This as he responds to a media report that gangsters in Laventille are in possession of high-tech AR-15 guns. And Minister Gary Griffith compared the criminals to cockroaches which must be exterminated. He also addressed the cancellation of the OPV, saying he has a more suitable option. Melissa Dasrath explains.
The newly appointed National Security Minister Gary Griffith is ready to tackle the infiltration of high-powered weapons into Trinidad. Pictures have surfaced of gangsters in Laventille posing with AR-15 semi-automatic assault rifles, which are used by the U.S. Army. The minister, who has a military background, says it's time to apply a more aggressive tactic to bringing the turf wars under control.
We can't sit back and continue for them to have heavy artillery to fight each other. What we have to do is to get into those streets, get into that turf, get into those blocks, and let them know, listen, you want to pick a fight? We are getting involved in the fight as well. Because eventually, we will end up like Jamaica, where they will feel that they own this turf to such an extent that the police can't get in there.
Minister Griffith says law enforcement must be ruthless.
What happens now when the law enforcement agencies get in, they move like cockroaches and they scamper and get in. What we have to do is to treat them like cockroaches. We have to spray them out, weed them out and crush them.
And while government has been severely criticized for cancelling the purchase of 3 offshore patrol vessels to safeguard our shores, Minister Griffith says they were not necessary. He explains that with a price tag of $800 million, these deep-water vessels were not the best option to protect our coasts from guns, drugs and illegal immigrants. He says only one might have been used to secure the 12 to 200 nautical miles coastline stretching from the north to the east to protect our economic zone. But the minister says his plans are to close off our borders.
Within the next few months, you'll be seeing a host of interceptors around the island, the radar, helicopters, UAVs, fast patrol vessels.
But aside from all of the anti-crime measures put forth by any administration, he says a standard national security framework must be drafted as a guide for government. Melissa Dasrath,